Hello.
And yes, oh, wait, you can stop sharing now. Oh, that's me. I got to do that. Damn it. It's hard to do this with oh, yes. You're at the right place. Yes, this is Critical Thinks channel, as you can see. My guest sort of thing. I'm the guest host, so he's the guest. Critical Think. Welcome to your own channel. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
It is,
because we wanted to do this on your channel so that you get the revenue from this short live stream, because you've got this trip to pay for, but you asked me to host the show today, so here we are. And here's Ruhit.
So
good evening, everyone.
How are you?
I'm
good
tired.
morning, everybody.
Tired.
Yes, it's morning in Antarctica, or at least at Union Glacier. They haven't had breakfast yet. And apparently we've got a hard stop in about an hour's time, because everyone will be coming into where Critical Think is to have breakfast. So it'll be rather noisy.
It will be noisy, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see how we go. Okay, so thank you for allowing me to host this for you, CT. And what you're doing in Antarctica is fantastic. What's your favourite part of being in Antarctica at the moment, and what's something that you've discovered but you didn't expect before you got there?
My favourite part is it's just the wonder and the beauty of the place. It's nothing like you'll see anywhere else. It's calm and peaceful. We were out in the middle of the glacier, our little camp, and we're just mountains around on three sides, and the expanse of the glacier, absolutely gorgeous and just amazing. What was the other question?
Oh, okay. What was the thing you didn't expect? I guess that was it. They're both the same answer, I guess. The other one was, what was your favourite thing about Antarctica?
But there was something I didn't expect. Well, I didn't know what to expect, right? Especially with the sun being out. And it's actually a little bit warmer than what I expected. So I think that's good. My favourite thing is ice. All right, I've never walked on the ice. For me, that's a first.
Not even in snow, like never.
No.
Wow, you can hear it. You can hear the crunchy, dry snow really, really well on the microphones.
We can remember CT lives in Thailand when he's not in Brisbane, Australia, so he doesn't really see a lot of snow.
Oh, I know, but he's been all over the world, just not to any not to any snowfields.
Yes. Yeah. People seem to be just still coming in, CT, so I'll talk about the fundraiser a little bit later when there's more people here. Might be a bit more productive. So Ruhif's here, and I believe a few other members of the Wolfpack will be joining us. We've been supporting CT through all this adventure, where we can, of course. Wally's given him the gyronometer to do an experiment with. We've all donated to his GoFundMe, and I'll talk more about that later. This is the Wolfpack's chance to have a chat with CT.
Yeah. And I've invited Jaron as well. I've sent Jaron the link, but
yeah, they're all asleep at the moment apparently. So it's probably unlikely.
What time did you say it was? So it was 8 a.m. something like that. 7 a.m.
What's the time there?
7 a.m.
7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Air Scare has arrived.
Yes.
How should we address Air Scare, by the way?
Yeah, we know him as another name in the chat, don't we?
Yeah.
He went off mute and then he went back on.
Sorry, guys, I'm in and out, but hi. Yes, Air Scare is fine. And greetings in the cold south.
Yes. Well, it's not as cold as where CT is, of course. I believe Air Scare's at work too, so we might not get too much out of him.
We're not allowed to say what Air Scare does for a job, are we? CIA operative.
I'm on a break.
On a break, all right.
This morning, I wanted to have a shower before this live stream, so I got up nice and early. But the showers don't open until 7:15. So I haven't had a shower since I've been here, and people
Ooh.
normally have one or two showers, and they're very smelly by the time they go home.
Yeah. But then again, you're pretty cold. It's not like you're sweating a lot.
Oh, do you sweating a bit? I think you would with the amount of layers on.
Yeah, a little bit. To try to manage the layers, but the sleeping, it's difficult with the sleeping because this is the first night that anybody's got any real sleep. And most people haven't used their sleeping bag until now. I used my sleeping bag because I was getting really cold in the camp, the other camp. So I used the sleeping bag, and I sweated like crazy in the sleeping bag. And again, I slept in the sleeping bag for a couple of hours last night, and again, very difficult. You get hot. You actually get hot in the sleeping bag, so you got to learn to manage it.
One leg out, one leg in.
So tell us a little bit about the layout, CT. You've got the main camp where there's places like the dining hall, which you're in now, and there's some tents and things there. And the place where you were doing all the experiments and observations was about 2 kilometres away, was it?
Yeah, 2 kilometres as the crow flies, but it was about 20 minutes drive on the snowcat. They have to go slow, and that's about a 5 kilometre drive on the snowcat. So because you can't go through the airfield. There's an airfield right beside the camp for light planes, and the blue ice runway. The blue ice runway is several kilometres to the northwest of us there, and so that's a longer trip.
Right. Okay. And what was it like at the out camp, if you can call it that? I guess it's just a shed or something that had heating, or
so they had a shed and a block of toilets. So the shed was heated, diesel heaters. We had solar power. They had a generator there, but they never turned it on. The solar power was always enough. And we had all our computers and batteries and cameras, charging batteries all the time. So it's pretty good now. ALE are professionals. They're very good. They know what they're doing. So look, yeah, it was good.
I'm starting to understand the cost of the whole thing, like the number of staff, the infrastructure, the plane, the multiple planes, the trucks, that sort of shit. Yeah, that's pretty costly for a season. Yeah,
it was something like 70 staff at the camp.
Yes.
Yeah, geez.
Did I spot an old DC3 in the background on day one there?
Yes, I'll see if I can get a better picture of it. I think they mainly have twin otters. I think they are. Don't know a lot about planes, but
more pictures.
Yeah, it looks like an old DC3. I'll try and get a better picture of it later.
I know there was a DC3 that flew from Wolf's Tooth, which is sort of south of South Africa, to the pole. I wonder if that's the same one. Because they're a very versatile aircraft. They're almost 100 years old now. And they're still flying.
There's a lot of DC3s that fly around down there that have been re-engined with modern engines, and they're quite reliable because they can carry a lot and they're bulletproof. So there are quite a few on Antarctica, and there are a lot owned by a South African company, I believe. So yeah, pretty versatile.
You guys going for a flight tomorrow? Is that right? Or today? Is that today?
We're going for a scenic flight later today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is there like a battery in a smoke detector that needs replacing up there, CT? Every 30 seconds, there's a little beep.
Oh.
Or is it Hugh? Could be Hugh, actually.
You must have better ears than I do. I'm not hearing it.
Can't hear anything. So
anyway, so where's the flight going? A few flirts have been speculating on that.
Over the Ellsworth Mountains,
right?
Which are the mountains that surround the glacier. So yeah, you got your specific questions, Hugh, because I know a lot of people in the chat have got questions. So,
oh yes, we got 108 watching now. So yes, sorry. what questions have we got here? Is the runway longer than usual to accommodate landing on a slippery surface? I'm not sure you'd know that.
I wouldn't know, but I would imagine so.
Yeah. Penguins can't shoot them down. That's good. Oh, no. Demonic Leprechaun says he hears the beep as well. Maybe I'm just going deaf. What other questions have we got? Best thumbnail ever. Thank you very much for that. I froze my bollocks off posing for that. But anyway, does anyone in the camp have a globe?
Is this right here? Did you cross the North Pole? I'll break the sound barrier. My throat's in chili. Funny.
I like this one. When will you guys look north and zoom in onto the moon? It's not like it's below the curve.
So one of the things I notice, I don't know whether you notice, but is Jaren says, for example, yes, there was a 24-hour sun, and the sun behaved exactly like the globers said it would. That doesn't necessarily mean the Earth is flat. I mean, what do they want? Yeah. Really?
Yeah, it was never going to be good enough. Like, I don't think we expect like a massive flip from any significant proportion of the flat Earth community, but it does demonstrate a point, hopefully, that gets across. I mean, it was interesting seeing Whitsett and Jaren basically shit-canning a decent proportion of the flat Earth community, kind of getting a feeling for what we experience being told, oh, you're full of shit, or you're lying, or whatever. Like, you've been shown the 24-hour sun, but there's still, people trying to say it's fake or whatever. It's laughable, but also expected as well.
So there's something in about the sleep. A lot of people asking questions about the sleep because, like Dave McKeegan didn't have any sleep until last night when we got back from the camp, and many people did not get hardly any sleep. I caught a couple of hours here and a couple of hours there. Like, I'd crash in the other camp, and of course everybody be out with the camera photographing anybody who fell asleep, especially critical think. I don't know why, but anyway.
That was a good photo, yeah.
So I haven't had a lot of sleep, but like last night, I think we got to bed, I think it was because we had live stream on it. Then we went back here at camp about 2 a.m., got to sleep, and I'm up again at 4 a.m. So that's the kind of sleep I had. It screws the sunlight, 24-hour sunlight, screws around your sleeping patterns a lot, and people tend to stay awake more easy. And I know Elizabeth didn't sleep for the first 24 hours either.
Yeah.
And so basically everybody's had very little sleep. I think Dave McKeegan is doing a big catch-up now.
He worked hard, though, so he's earned his sleep. Something I raised on your live stream yesterday with Mick, do the Flurfs now appreciate that we're not trying to gotcha them, we're trying to show them what the truth is and help them understand the reality of the world? Is there any sense of that coming back from Jaren or Whitsett or Lisbeth?
No,
Jonathan?
mate, I haven't talked to Elizabeth about that. I'm thinking she might be the only one who would get that, but I don't detect any of that at this point in Jaren or Whitsett. I mean, the sun did exactly what the globers said it would. I mean, that should be so significant. It should be, you're thinking in your head, whoa, maybe the globers were right about a few other things. But no, it's not even entering their consciousness.
I had a very interesting chat in Geo's Earth Awakenings last night. So the question, I phrased the question as, you now see that there is a 24-hour sun. So therefore, those videos of the 24-hour sun that you thought were fake are clearly not faked, showing that your ability to spot CGI is rubbish. Like, that was the thrust of the question. And Gio went on a 5-minute rant about how he was psyoped. He was psyoped by the government putting out faked 24-hour videos to make us think that they are fake, and then that gets us into the flat earth and then makes us look stupid now. Like, it was just this massive diatribe about how he was basically psyoped with the truth. And then it was insane, rather than just accepting, oh yeah, right, I got that wrong. It was utterly insane.
So the other thing that was surprising to me is that, like, Will Duffy brought along the Marine Starlink, right? It's the top Starlink. It's the only one that will work properly down here. And the performance of that was absolutely excellent. I mean, it outperformed what I expected.
Yeah, Toon's stream was just perfect. And Will's as well, and then Dave's, and yourself, of course. They've all been. It's amazing. You expect glitches and things like that. We haven't seen any of that, really.
Yeah.
I mean, there was there was an software update or something which stopped Toon's stream, but apart from that, it was clear as a bell. It was amazing, and there are fewer Starlink satellites over the poles than there are elsewhere. So, that there was less opportunity for it to connect. So it was brilliant.
And in like 720 or 1080, pretty good quality. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next thing I wanted to mention was your darling wife, Critical Think, and all the partners of all the participants, because you've gone to a potentially dangerous situation, because Antarctica is not a safe place. You've taken the risk management as much as you can. You've spent a lot of money. You're spending a lot of time away from your loved one, and she supported you to go. And I think that's awesome. So a big shout out to your loved wife. I don't want to name her or anything, but I'm sure you appreciate her support.
Yeah, certainly. It's very good. I mean, a lot of people would have had, nobody likes to be away from their loved ones. And their loved ones would be thinking, why do you have to go away? But my wife's been very understanding and fully supportive.
And the person I think who's been the most supportive of TFE is Will. Well, not one person, but Will Duffy's family, because he's putting a lot of money into this and a lot of time since May when this all started. And so kudos to them as well. Thank you for making everything possible for CT and all the others to come here, and paying for Jaren and Whitsit and Dave, and arranging Lisbeth's participation. That's all awesome, I think. Well done to them, and I hope that they see this and realise that we also appreciate them as well as Will does. And that sort of leads me on to... Sorry?
Phil Bell's got a question. It's just, did any of the flirts explain how they were getting satellite internet on flat Earth? They wouldn't even think about it.
I don't know. Whitsit says the ether wind is keeping the satellites in the toroidal field and doing figure eights and shit. Well, not figure eights. What do they call the spiroscope thing? Spirograph.
Toroidal?
Yeah, the whole spirograph pattern is the etheric wind keeping it up, and electrostatics, and
I have an etheric wind after a particularly dodgy Vindaloo, but anyway.
Nice.
Moving on, we're almost got 200 watching now, CT, so it might be time to talk about your GoFundMe, because I was just talking about how Will's putting out a whole lot of money. Apart from Will, you're the only person who's fully paying for you being there yourself, with a little bit of help from GoFundMe. Yes, you've done quite well with the GoFundMe, but not as well as Toon. So if you are appreciating CT's live streams from Antarctica, and the fact that he got off his backside and went and checked out if there was a 24-hour sun on his own dime. I would like to encourage you to contribute to his GoFundMe. There's a link in the description of this video, so you can go there and do that. I've done that. I think almost everyone in the Wolfpack has done so. So we're supporting our member. You can support your channel content provider for you. So that if all of us gave $20, CT's financial pain would be significantly eased, I think. So there's nearly 200 watching now. That'd be another $4,000. I'm sure he'd be very appreciative of that. So please go and do that if you can.
Yeah, I don't have super chats, so a lot of people ask that question, but YouTube don't let me have them yet.
Yeah. So GoFundMe is basically the only way you can do it. Or you don't have PayPal, do you? Or
there is a PayPal account in the name of Critical Think. I'll have to check the address.
All right. Well, you can add that to the description later.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to wait for PayPal, the GoFundMe's there. You can contribute to that. So please do that. CT's given us some really good insights into what it's like to be in Antarctica. Please thank him by giving him a small donation so that his financial worries are reduced somewhat. So thank you very much for doing that if you do as well. And thank you to those who have already done it. So
I've just chipped in $100.
Oh, well done, Riffy.
Happy days.
Yeah.
You got up to 13K. That's where is it? Hold on.
Yeah, you're talking Australian dollars, of course.
Yeah, 30 Aussie dollars. Yes.
Yeah.
$30
I think you need
dues.
60,000 total, wasn't it, CT?
Be there.
Yeah, that's the cost of the trip, 60,000.
In Australian dollars, of course. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a bit less in American dollars, but.
Should I post your Critical Think email address as your PayPal in the chat?
No.
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 All right. You'll put it in the description later.
Yeah.
All right. So what's it like?
I have to check which PayPal. Sorry. I've got my address that I run this channel is different from my Critical Think address. I can't remember which one's the right PayPal.
Cool.
No worries. Sort it out later.
Yeah.
You got breakfast coming soon, so you got more things to worry about. So I wanted to ask you, what's it like being there? I mean, you've seen these people on YouTube. Will, Dave, Toon. I feel I'm missing one. Oh no, you're the other one. You've seen them on YouTube, and you've met them in real life, like we haven't yet. What's it like? What are they like up front? In person.
So Dave McKeegan is pretty much like you see him. He's an easygoing guy, very good with the camera gear. I mean, he's done a marvelous job there. He even brought his own solar panel with him and managed to get that through the hand luggage and whatnot. So
yeah, that would have been tough.
And,
Will had his. Sorry, just going to say, Will had his Starlink in his hand luggage, and the Argentinians or the Chileans didn't really like that.
So it wasn't hand luggage. But he did put in a big suitcase, checked baggage. But when they sent it to Antarctica, he had to go in the cargo plane. So they had two planes. One plane for the passengers, and then they got this cargo plane that goes back and forth. The Starlink had to go in the cargo plane, and everybody had to check the batteries. They had some big batteries, so there's limits on the size of the lithium batteries you can take, and limits on the number of them. So we all got all our batteries through because you had to look up what you could take and what you couldn't take, and a bit of a logistical exercise that in itself. But I'm getting off track. But Dave McKeegan with his photography and that, he's very skilled with that. He had everything. And Toon, he's a great guy. Sleeping in the same tent with him, the same hotel room with him. Very very easygoing guy, and he's like dedicated, much more dedicated than me. He's up to all hours of the night. He's like at Punta he's there. He's outside at 2 a.m. trying to film star trails,
Jesus.
and then he hardly got any sleep. Even if he in the night, he's busy doing stuff for his channel, everything. The guy's a machine, um, and yeah. Who else is who else is as the as a channel?
Will.
Will. Well, Will's the boss. Will's an incredible guy. He's a machine as well. He just doesn't.
It's taken a toll on him though, right? He's looking pretty stressed and very tired. Kind of like he's had enough of flat earthers shit, basically.
Well, most of us have.
Yeah. There's an interesting question in the chat. Darren Cox, CT, could it be that Jaron and Austin don't want to fully commit until all the data is collected and analysed by you all?
The thing is, all right, this is very difficult to tell exactly. And I'm sure that this is a bit of a shock to the system, and they don't really want to give it up. But as we get more data out and all of that, you never know. They may have a light bulb go off in their head. But I don't hold a lot of hope for it actually. But I mean, this experience, it certainly would be significant for them, and just, I mean, you need some time. I think they do need some time, and they may come around.
So tell us what they're like in person. What's Jaron like in person?
Tall.
Tall?
Relative or objectively?
Well, actually, CT, compared to you, most people are. I don't mean that rudely. It's just a fact.
He's taller than most. And he's fairly
Well, you've
quiet.
met me. How tall is he compared to me?
I can't recall, but if you have a look at the live stream that Will did, where I come up to the camera, everybody had a chance to talk.
Yes.
My head was sticking out like this.
Yeah.
This was me. Hello, everybody. Hello. And then Jaron was like this.
Yeah, he was right up there. But you're fun size, CT. That's good.
Yeah. Someone said, "Oh, get the guy a milk crate or something." That was pretty funny. Oh dear.
So yeah, he's fairly quiet. Mr. Tom doesn't say much.
Jaron,
is he being guarded, or he's just naturally quiet?
I think it's naturally quiet. Not very chatty.
I imagine Wits is the exact opposite of that.
Is he?
Whitsett is like stays out of everybody's way.
Yeah,
and
that's what I would have thought as well.
In the corner a lot.
He's scared to engage, is he?
Yeah, well, he has engaged, but usually it's to push something like geocentrism or something. But he's starting to open up a bit, become a bit more person-like.
Yeah, I kind of imagined the whole thing going down as, I knew that little kerfuffle that happened a few days before you guys left with filming each other, right? Signing the contract as in don't film me. I kind of saw that as those guys asserting, putting a high bar on a boundary that they could then relax after they kind of got through the first day or two. Now they're just jumping into live streams and saying hello, and yeah, I think it worked out pretty well. And I think all you guys have been not jabbing them very much, which is good. Yeah.
Yeah, because, well, that's what I was saying earlier. We're there to help, really. We're not there to make them look like fools unless they give you every opportunity. So in normal course, we would just say, look, hey, look, the sun's there. It's been there for 24 hours. So you can't argue that anymore.
Yeah.
Something like that, anyway. We're up to 275 people watching, would you believe? It's funny how we've been going for half an hour. It's been steadily building. Might just mention the GoFundMe again. Critical Think is the only one, apart from Will, is there on his own money. So please give him a hand, especially if you've enjoyed his content that he's provided since he's been there. He's experiencing the adventure of Antarctica, so we don't have to in one sense, but we can live vicariously through CT. So please go to his, Ruhif's just put it in the chat, the GoFundMe. If we all give him $20, that'll go a long way to help him recover the funds that he's had to put into this, which is about 60,000 Australian dollars. So please do what you can.
So Toon did put a little bit of his funds in, but I think he's now probably got more back on the bets he put on the bet moose. He got some big money back. That way I didn't have a chance. No. Oh yeah,
the super chats. Like an hour. Yeah, sitting there for an hour reading super chats. I'm like, holy shit.
So I think MC Toon is probably okay fund wise.
I have a newfound respect for like adventurers, as in like sailors and people that go and explore completely uncharted territory. Because I'm scared for you guys. Like there's no way I'd have the fucking balls to do what you did. My holidays are very much soft holidays. Yeah, I couldn't handle that shit.
So, I mean, the early explorers of Antarctica, oh my God, they must have been really tough dudes.
They were.
I cannot believe it.
Yeah.
How did they do that?
And no one had been there before. They didn't know what to expect. Whereas, they're called GPS map now. So there's a comment in the chat from Really Now What? Know What? You might like to respond to, CT.
Just
wonderful. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you very much. And there's a few people that have donated in the stream. That's great. Really appreciate it. And it's been pretty hard on me, actually, to fund this, but I thought it was going to be worth it. Just something I had to do. So I just
life experience, massive. Yeah.
It wasn't going to come your way again, that's for sure, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So good on you for getting off your backside. And thank you to all those who are donating to the GoFundMe. Please, like I said, if you can spare $20, that'd be great, and that would help CT recover his costs for going to Antarctica and giving us this experience through his channel.
Oh, did we get a? How the reading on the scales was chroma keyed out? Did we get another reading? Like it was meant to be 3.8, I think. Was it?
I did do another reading in the live stream, but I'll do it again and I'll live stream it again.
Yep.
Because I got 1003.76 and the prediction 1003.80.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that, but if I can find a stable place, I think I will get somewhere between 7.5 and 8.0.
Cool.
And I've got the 500 gram scale that the $20 scale is reading a bit low, but it's been reading a bit low all the time. And then I've got another backup scale.
So that was out by 0.04, is that correct?
Of a gram.
400ths.
400ths of a gram out, which
I'm
thinking it could be within the level of accuracy of the scale, but also you've got that bloody great mountain 2 miles away. Maybe that's affecting it to some extent.
Well, there's a lot of factors that can affect it. So that sort of like comes out as random noise. It's difficult to isolate every single thing. But the flirts want to say that your barometric pressure will account for 100% of the difference, which is stupid, and magnetism and humidity and the color of the tent. That all of those things will affect the weight, but
Where's Wally has a request?
Gregory Nietzsche wrote, "Do you have any idea how cold affects the scale?"
Okay, I do have some idea, but I don't. I have not got a number. It's not a big number, because obviously when I weighed 1003.76, although it was warmer inside.
Yeah.
It's still close to what it should be, what was predicted. So I try to stay weighing in the warmer stuff. I found that weighing outside is too variable because you've got wind, and the wind mainly is a problem. But I try to eliminate temperature by just doing it inside.
Yep. So Tim Tech Dude, Flatsoid says you are not actually in Antarctica. What a moron. I think
Absolutely.
I saw that, did I? There was a clip with him and Solve, I think it was. I think that was today. Or was it Dave Weiss? No, it can't be Dave Weiss.
So it's Penguin 95, thank you. I wanted to talk about my hat because my hat's come all the way to Antarctica. Try to keep my hat with me, and this is not approved polar headgear, just by the way. But it hasn't been too cold, so I've managed to wear the balaclava underneath. Seems to work all right, but I'm inside now. I can wear the hat and don't have to put the gloves on and whatnot.
Yeah. I'm just noticing that Penguin 95 says he's got $50 on his way, but I like the last bit is the bit I like the most. He calls you critical legend.
Yeah, boy.
How's that?
Yeah, I like that.
What a legend.
Like that. And Greater Sapiens been also helping out.
Him.
Yeah.
He
So,
mentioned you.
Yes,
he's an awesome bloke, isn't he?
Yes, he's awesome.
Just a touch political,
and
but you know.
That's okay. I sent him caramel from the flight from Punta Arenas down to Union Glacier. So I've got that available, and I've got to send Wally the high res version of the gyronometer. It's the public internet here is a little bit difficult to get big files through it. But I think Will's going to set up the Starlink again somewhere in the camp.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to get back in business with sending data, because there's so much data, and the flirts will get us. Oh, but did you do this? And yeah, actually yes, we did, and here's the result.
Yeah, and they've had 6 months to ask those questions as well.
Yeah.
So, Tim Tech Dude, I should have bought up all the copium. Could be so rich. Cornered the market on that.
Yeah, it's been pouring out of flirts for the last week, hasn't it?
Yeah. I was in Discord a little bit, and it was hilarious.
Are you getting much news there, CT, or
what do you mean news?
Just current events and that kind of thing?
No. Everybody having trouble. Was busy, flat out like a lizard drinking, as they say. Very busy here. We had in the last 2 days. We've had so much to do. Do this experiment, do that experiment, do this live stream, do that live stream. Blah blah. Blah, run around, go get somebody had to come and pick us up for lunch, and breakfast and dinner, and then it's been very busy. I think the pace will go off a bit, but then we've got to prepare for the flight out to the scenic flight, and then we have to pack our bags tomorrow, and you probably have to get out, and then we fly out the day after. So it's non-stop, but we'll see. I think there'll be a little bit of time, a couple of hours to relax today.
Yeah. I appreciate you making the time to do this live stream too. I was wanting to do one with you while you were in Antarctica, and this is the opportunity to do it. So awesome.
Yeah. Somebody's asked me, because people say I pronounce Punta Arenas, because that's how the locals say it. Some people in Santiago were pronouncing it differently, a little bit different, just without the S, Punta Arena. But the locals in Punta Arenas, that seems to be how they say it.
I can't stop yawning. Yesterday was a big day.
It's not that boring.
Oh no, but yesterday was a big day. Just watching all the FTs basically, and just seeing how sort of Jaren and Whitsett reacted and Lisbeth. And now it's kind of not all over, but it's settled down a bit.
Well, I mean, haven't you been so lucky with the weather? Antarctica is known for weather changing in 5 minutes from clear skies to blizzard. And you've had 24 hours on your first day to get the sun. That's so awesome.
It is awesome. This was one of our biggest fears. The weather is not going to play the game. And to have that like it was perfect. I think, something is on our side.
Yeah, that could have been a catastrophe if it was shit weather.
Well, I wouldn't say catastrophe. It just would have not been conclusive. That's all. But it would have been a waste of Will's money, that's for sure, and your money too.
The other thing, it would have been a total disaster if we actually didn't get there. But that's why when we arrived, because we got the weather forecast, we knew it was going to be sunny. So this is why as soon as we arrived, we were off to the camp, and we just had our dinner here, and then at 9 p.m. this time, Union Glacier time, we're off to the camp, and we're setting up because it's sun's out, make hay while the sun shines, and it was non-stop ever since until last night. We had when Will was doing his midnight live stream, which people are saying it's fake, wasn't midnight. It was just stupid. But he was doing that. We were busy trying to pack up. So back in our tents last night, and a couple of, like Will and I know MC2, were up trying to crunch the data, because it's a lot of data and a lot of work to be done.
So it's been a lot of work up to now, but I guess today's going to be more a fun day, going on the scenic flight and everything. You enjoy yourself a little bit more?
Yes.
24-hour sun in the bag?
Yes. So I'm still going to try and get a couple of experiments in. Whereas Wally wants some more gyronometer readings. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that in the general camp. It's not so easy, but I'll see what I can do there. We'll see what we can do with some time-lapse photography.
Yeah, shout out to Wally as well. That device is pretty cool. It's probably the coolest little contraption in Antarctica at the moment. So very cool.
He's a sort of the
do you
bad
want to
scientist.
describe it, actually, CT? Describe how it how it works.
That was actually one of my questions.
Yeah. Oh.
If you've seen it.
Yeah, so it's a sundial and also a shadow measurer. And he's got a styrofoam box with the camera inside. Try and keep the camera out of the weather, keep it a bit warm. And he's made a reflector out of hard disk platters, and it sits above the sundial and the shadow dial. And the camera then points upwards and looks at the reflection. It's absolutely fantastic. Wait till you see it, everybody. And while I've got to send the high res version to Wally. Tried to do that this morning, didn't work. But I'll get it to him today, most likely. And
did you mention the
mirrors?
The mirrors are hard disk platters.
Yeah, I did mention that.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
Whereas cool. Wally is actually in the chat saying that he thinks a time lapse of the signpost that has the MASH style signpost in the camp would be more fun.
Yeah,
so the shadow moving around it.
Yeah, so they built a little bit of an ice wall, and no, this is not the ice wall behind me. They built a bit of an ice wall near the signpost. So there was the marathon the day before we arrived. So they've got Union Glacier Marathon 2024. So positioning a camera there, I don't know. We'll see what we can do. That's all I can say. See what we can do. The signpost is brilliant. Good to get a time lapse of it. Yes.
We have our someone crying pretty hard in the chat. Jake Sales. Yeah. Jake Sales.
He's one of those,
another whiz.
Yeah, one of those troll flirts.
Yeah.
Who never does anything himself. He just snipes, and all he has to do is look at the Toons channel, look at Dave's channel, look at Will's channel. He'll see all this, and CT's channel, of course. You've got all these videos.
Yep.
And he says, "Oh no, I've never seen anything yet." Well, bloody well, look.
Yeah. Yeah, co-parter, my dude.
Anyway,
suffering your jocks.
Yeah, I think he's just a troll anyway.
Yeah.
So there's a guy from Candace Owens there. Have you had much to do with him? And how is this affecting Candace Owens?
I don't know much about it. He's been pretty quiet and not dealing with and not engaging a lot. So he was, I guess he's been feeding Candace Owens a lot of information, and they originally tried to do the live stream on Candace Owens' channel. It didn't work out. So I guess we'll hear more about that.
It's going to be interesting because
Candace Owens not a flat earther, right? She's gone downhill into conspiracy theories that last year or so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, she's flat curious, you could say, because she's been talking about it on her live streams, and she's been widely ridiculed for it. It'll be interesting to see what footage she takes from this and puts on her show. You might be on a very big audience, CT.
Maybe. So this is the thing about now the Flirts, of course they're going to move the goalpost. Now they're moving it, the goalpost to, I don't have a 24-hour live stream of the sun. And I don't know, maybe we'll still be able to do it or not, but it really doesn't matter. It's just another shift to the goalpost. In that, even if you produced a 24-hour live stream, they'd say, "Oh, that's CGI." It's you don't have to have a 24-hour live stream, right? We've got plenty of live streams, various times of the day. The sun is still in the sky. What? The sun's suddenly going to dip down below the horizon in between live streams or something? You got to be bloody crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, we're picking up a bit of background noise. Are people coming into the dining hall now, are they? Or
yes.
Okay. Yes. I thought it was huge ass for a minute.
Well, it could have been my tummy rumbling, you see. So,
how good is the thumbnail that you made?
I think it's awesome.
Oh, that was fantastic.
And I had to shrink myself down to fit in the picture, of course. So.
Yeah, and Witset's super jacked as well.
Anyway, it did the trick. We've got 346 watching right now. Can you believe it?
So the other day,
yeah, you go.
After Will did his special live stream, and I was the one after that. I had 700 people on the live stream.
I think you had closer to 1,000 at one point. I remember seeing. So maybe it was. You could look at the stats later.
Nuts. I wonder what the future is in terms of like debates. like on debatism or modern day debate. Like I'm sure to get the TFL would get brought up in every debate now, but yeah, what are they going to argue?
Well, they got to. I mean, the thing is, they got to explain the fact that there's a 24-hour sun, and if Flurfs, even Whitsitt. I mean, of all people, Whitsitt admits, yes, that's what I saw. You can pretty much believe that he's so anti-globe,
Yeah.
So now they've got to come up. If you're not going to accept the globe model, which explains everything, you've got to, first of all, give a reason why you don't accept that, because it works. And second of all, you've got to give an alternative reason, alternative method, a plausible mechanism for how you can have a 24-hour sun and the Earth still being flat.
Yeah, like as your guy just said, we don't have a model. That's pretty much it.
So someone's asked again about the weight. I'll have to do another live stream as soon as I can, but it's difficult to set up. But because the weight on Will Duffy's stream didn't come out, I live streamed the weigh again. It was 1003.75. So yeah,
He's spot on.
so
I've been chatting to a alleged PhD theoretical physicist named Stephen Young. StephenYoung.uk, I think his website is. Flat Earther. I think it was Run Boston Bear that got me onto him, and I tried explaining to this PhD theoretical physicist about the weight change with latitude, and he said in a couple of live streams, you should feel the centrifugal force, and I was like, dude, you're meant to have a PhD in this. This is high school. Yeah. So I'm thinking this guy is probably full of shit.
Not even high school. If you bid on in a car, driving 100 k's next to another car doing 100 k's, you sort of get the idea. Or if you're on a plane, they pour the champagne into your glass, and it doesn't fly to the back of the plane instantly, does it?
No, I meant
these
more,
are things that anyone should know.
More in terms of calculating the centrifugal force and sort of vector addition. Working out what your new
PhD in physics should know that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Year 12 physics, probably. Yeah, high school.
In fact, you're right. I remember doing it in 4-unit maths. So, yeah.
Yes. 4-unit maths,
12.
boy. Yeah. I looked at I did 4-unit in 1995, and I looked back at the exam earlier this year, and I was like, fuck, this just all looks like fucking gobbledygook. I would so struggle. But yeah, shit.
Yeah. So what was the other thing I was going to say? So what do you think? Now we touched on it, I guess, but with Jerin and Whitsitt both admit, I don't know, I haven't heard Lisbeth talk, to be honest, but both those two have admitted, yes, we see a 24-hour sun. The AE map can't work with that, so therefore we've got to rethink what we're talking about. How do you think it'll change for them? I mean, you're not them, so I'm asking you to read their minds somewhat. But you've got to know them a little bit. So, what can you? What do you think is the future for them in the next few months and maybe even longer?
Yeah. I'm just speculating, of course, because I don't know, but obviously, a large section of the flat Earth community won't be happy with them. And what if they don't? I don't know. They should give up flat Earth, and maybe they will. But they're very conspiratorial minded and a little bit paranoid, and so my guess is they'll just probably move on to other things. That's my guess.
Oh, I think they'll still be flat earthers for at least a little while. Like we said, we kind of predicted that Whitsitt would sort of shift into geocentric globe, and that's probably likely. Yeah. Wally is asking for a link, which I have sent him via WhatsApp.
You found it quicker. Yeah, you found it quicker than me. I was looking for it. That's why that question was sort of a bit malformed, because I was trying to think of two things at once. I'm not useful that way. Do Yeah, so Wally will join us in a minute, although every time he's tried to join me on a live stream, it never works. So we'll see if he has more success with you. I'm just sort of a few kilometres away from him, but you're in Antarctica, so let's see if this works.
I also checked in with, you know how the whole chroma key virtual background thing happened? I checked in with a lot of flurfs, and I saw Nathan Oakley posted about it and shat the bed, obviously. He had an interesting guy on who was a flat earther who lives in Tasmania, and he was trying to explain to Nathan, look, I'm in Tasmania. If I see a star, you know, low to my horizon, so it might be 5,000 nautical miles away, and the GP of that star is, you know, south of, like Chile, Punta Arenas, right? If I see that star to my south and I know the GP is in South America, what does that mean? And I thought that was a great question. It means you're looking, you can see south to South America. Does that make sense to anyone? Anyone in the chat?
It does. It's just there's a lot. Starting to get a fair bit of noise coming through.
Yep.
We're up to 364 watching now, CT.
Yeah,
so.
that deserves another 100.
Somebody wants a link pasted in the link to the GoFundMe. I tried to do it here, but it didn't work for me. Just let me try something.
All right, hold on. I'll flick you another hunch.
Oh, won't let me do it. It's too big. That can't be right.
Yeah,
That's what she said. That's what she said.
All right. Let's see.
Okay. Maybe you need a moderator to do it or something.
All right. There's another 100 just for you, CT. Because you're a legend.
Thank
Critical
you.
legend.
Just because you're a critical legend.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Culture Cats here.
Do we?
Yeah. He said, good morning.
Wow. Oh, sorry, in the chat. I mean, StreamYard. Cats.
I'll see if I can get this link into the chat. But keep talking.
Yeah, I'll stick the link in the chat.
Yeah, leave you to work on that.
All right.
Yeah, PSG Tony said he was going to try and pop along, but I guess he's not now. What else have we got? I've lost my notes now. Where'd they gone?
Oh,
I was going to go through Wally's advice. We did that. Oh, that's the thing I wanted to point out. The chroma key controversy. CT, you probably don't know this, but Dearth actually stood up for Wheel and said, don't be so bloody ridiculous, you know? Yeah. That was surprising, but you had that much integrity. That's good. Giving credit.
It's surprising how low we set the bar for these people.
Yes, well, yeah. Doing the least you could do is a praiseworthy offence. So, yeah. Well, they lower the bar themselves, of course, with the other things that they do. But there we go, Crit CT, you got it.
There we go. So Prof. Bell, Phil Bell says, yes, it does make sense. When the sun is at the horizon in Fremantle, the GP of the sun in North South Africa, 8,000 kilometers away. Cool. Would that cross? Yeah.
So am I going to be doing any hikes while I'm here? Well, the primary reason for coming here, once we've dealt with that, probably maybe we'll have time for hikes, but we're going on a scenic flight this afternoon. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Don't die. I refuse to go on planes smaller than a 737. Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Cheswick.
Mr. Cheswick, is he?
He wrote FDFE's outro.
Yeah, is he Cheswick? You still a flat earther, or what's your sitch?
I think so. But Mr. Cheswick, you're very talented at music, and I compliment you.
Stick to it.
It was really sucked physics and science. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to him for years though. But yeah,
he's not a very nice person from everything I've seen. So.
Lovely. All right, it is my bedtime. It's
I was about to say, and it's starting to get a bit noisy there, CT. It's a bit hard to hear to some extent. So, thank you so much for taking the time.
Wally said he's backstage waiting.
Oh, is he?
Oh,
So get him in for like 1 minute. There we go.
there he
1
is.
minute.
Welcome, Wally.
I lost the thing I need to look at, but anyway. As
We
long
can
as you
hear.
can hear me.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, that's
Oh,
that'll do. I'm not sure. Where's the stupid thing? Oh, I'm an old man, aren't I?
Oh, who's older out of you? And CT's older, right? I think.
CT's older than I am, only by a little bit.
All right.
Oh dear.
He's more experienced, not older.
I have to thank CT for doing a great job with the geronometer. That was just amazing. I was so chuffed to see that file pop into the chat, and I go, "Oh my goodness!" But someone did tell me that I might have to have a word with Toons, because apparently he streamed some of that out on one of his chats he was doing. Maybe it was, I don't know whether it was actually the raw data file or whether it was just talking about the geronometer, but I'll have to see how that. I'm waiting to see. The guy who told me about it, he must have went to bed, so I haven't heard back where exactly that he saw that. But he said he saw the geronometer on Toon's stream just a little while ago. So anyway, won't matter. Not many people watch Toons anyway.
All right. Yeah, 60 seconds is up, Wally.
Oh, I didn't hear the music, the play-out music.
I'm gonna let you finish. Nice. All right, shall we, people?
Yes. Just before we go, just some final thoughts from CT on your Antarctic experience for us.
yeah, okay. Well, it's been great. Everything's worked out exactly like we knew it would, except better, because there was no clouds. And it's been epic. It's been really, really amazing. And this
I have a
will
question.
reverberate. Yeah.
Is there like a security guard as one of the 70 staff in case like there's a punch on between Whitson and Toon or something?
I think we've
I'd lay
gone
bets on
past
who'd
that.
win that.
Yeah.
We've gone past that. I think we would have. That nearly happened. No, Toon's
In
cool.
Twitter arenas. Yeah.
Toon's very. He's cool. Doesn't lose his temper. Not like me. So anyway, yeah. So
All right, thank
It
you.
was fun, and we're still going.
Oh, and congrats to PD194 in the chat for the was it sunrise and sunset directions? Yeah, got the second one. Yeah.
And so thank you, CT, for sharing your adventure with us. And we look forward to more videos to come in the next 2 days or so. Especially the flight will be interesting, won't it?
Yes. Okay. Well, thanks everybody for your donations, and thanks for attending this live stream. And yes, getting busy here. Got to go and have breakfast. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
All
guys.
See you.
The corgi's warming up. You'll have...
Are you going to put the corgis?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay,
It's your
see ya.
channel, not mine. See ya.